Good day everyone, and welcome to this video and welcome to this episode where I would like to show you how I faked a isometric view or isometric projection. As you see now, this little world is in full 3D, and of course this was the goal for the whole project, to make a nice little shiny colorful 3D project, 3D world. And of course you can mess around with the camera height, with the camera angles, and also the distances. And you know, one day like this, when I ended up very far with zooming out and in a 45-degree angle compared to the ground, I told myself that yes, this is maybe something like the original game looked like, something like this view, but of course this is in 3D. You can see that this is in 3 dimension. The objects on the background appear smaller, these objects in the front of the camera are larger. Of course we have a field of view which is I think set to 50 degrees now. But I had an idea that maybe if I set the camera height and the camera distance relatively far, very far, and I set a relatively very small field of view, then maybe it would look like something like a isometric projection. So something like this. So now the camera is very far and very high, but with a relatively very small field of view. And now these sizes, for example those green buildings in front of us here in this city in the middle of the screen, appear almost the same size as those at the top of the screen. Of course it's not the same, as the field of view is not infinitely small. This is not a real isometric projection. It's a little bit 3D, but it's very great, I think. But let's see a comparison. This is now a 3D mode, and I will switch on a isometric mode also. You can do this at the game options menu. And this is isometric mode. Well, let's see a side-by-side comparison also. And of course we can have the zoom levels at isometric mode also, and we have 3 zoom levels and have a relatively great overlook of this single map. I still have one little problem, one little glitch, which maybe you see. At isometric mode we don't have shadows. Why don't we have shadows? Of course we can have shadows, but I have some issues with that, so the shadows look a little bit weird when I switch them off, and this is because of that very small field of view, but maybe I can fix this in the future. I hope you like this little video. Stay tuned, because I will come with new updates in the next weeks. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you don't want to miss the new episodes, and leave a comment if you like what I do. Bye bye!